In this video, I'll talk about a counterintuitive way to make money or get rich. A lot of times, we find ourselves in a world where we are trained and groomed to chase money. And then we go to school because we want to grow up, become successful. At the back of our mind, this is what being successful means. It means that we have a successful career, we're being paid good. Potentially, we have a family, we can afford things we want, and money is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's where it becomes a struggle for many, and myself included, is because we find ourselves in this constant race and constant battle to either make more money or sustain what we've made so that we are able to maintain the lifestyle that we desire or already have. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're always struggling to make the type of money that you want, for some people, they'll say, hey, I want to go back to school or I want to get a new certification. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But the counterintuitive way to make the type of money that you want to make, to become rich, it's something that a lot of people don't talk about. But I want to bring my own perspective to it. So what I think is, what is money? For me, money is the exchange for value. If you think about what you need money for and what you spend money on, it's the things that you consider value, whatever that thing means to you. It can be a device, it can be training, it can be food, it can be housing, it can be a vehicle, it can be clothing, it can be tools. Like as an example, I'm shooting this video, I'm using a tool, I'm using Zoom clips to shoot this video. So I'm paying for Zoom. Money is an exchange for value. So if you think about it in that respect, if you want more money, what do? It means that you have to provide more value. A lot of times we are in our 9 to 5 because I have to work to earn money and pay the bills, family, and live the lifestyle, maybe buy a house or have some money to invest, pay off your debt, whatever you need money for. So I have to work, and in working, I'm providing my time, my talent, my skills, my professionalism in my workplace, my ability to contribute to the team in order to justify the amount of money that I'm being paid. Some people are in a job where they're not being paid what they're worth. The amount of money they're making is not equivalent to the amount of time and value that they're giving to the job or to the business. And that's true. But this is where it's tricky. When you start focusing on providing value, then that value would eventually speak for itself. Now, I'm not saying you should crucify yourself to provide value. No. What can you do additionally? What can you do extra? How do you dedicate to your work? Even in the midst of criticism, even when you're not being appreciated, because the tendency in a lot of work environments is we don't feel as appreciated as we want to, or we think we're not being appreciated as much as we should be. If you focus on the value, and value transcends what other people think, say about you. If you go to the Bible, it says that it is more blessed to give than to receive. I'll give you a typical example. Someone asked me for help recently, and I felt a little inconvenienced by the request. Sincerely, it wasn't very convenient for me. It's actually a monetary request. The person was pushing in a way that felt uncomfortable. But eventually I had to offer some help. Even when I felt he was going about it the wrong way, I did it anyways. But I could have also done it in a different way. I did it grudgingly. I feel now that I could have still done it with joy in my heart. Like, oh, it's a privilege to give. Now, that doesn't mean people should take advantage of me, but I think I could have done it better. Bringing it back to what I'm trying to share here. Think about value. If you want more money, think about value. In a workplace, in a business environment, let's say, for example, I do some coaching and training for people. I have my own digital marketing business. I use Go High Level, white label it, and help business owners with their marketing, lead generation, and all that. If you think about it, a lot of us watch YouTube videos, but now I know better that it's not about just consuming all this content on YouTube. If you're trying to learn a new skill, you're trying to learn how somebody who has had some success was able to get their success. Many times it leads you into this rabbit hole of watching one content to the other, and you're never going out there to put the little that you know to work to get results. If you want to grow a digital marketing business, focus on the value you can bring to local business owners. Find where you can use your skill. You don't have to be the best. Find how you can bring value to them. Even if you don't know how to design a website and you're providing website services, you can hire someone on Fiverr or Go High Level. You can have snapshots, templates that you can easily deploy to provide that value that the business owner wants. Let's say you want to make their website better. That's the value. So focus on, hey, I want to help you get a better website and help you generate leads. If that's what they're looking for. If you want more money, think about value. Money is an exchange for value. So if you want more money, think about who you can provide value to. I've given you different examples of my own personal life, helping someone in a workplace as well as in business. I'll be talking about side hustles, businesses, how to go from $0 to $500 per day, $1,000 per day. But the way to go about it, it's simply based on this principle. Money is an exchange for value. If you can think about providing value to someone, you will make money. Money is a natural result or outcome to the value you can provide to other people. Now, we'll go deeper into that, what type of people to provide value to and all that. But if you think about it that way, it gives you freedom to think. It gives you freedom to act. You get to appreciate yourself better, even when others don't appreciate you. You get to be grateful for the privilege to provide value to others. You get to be grateful for the privilege to be someone who's worth something, someone that people would appreciate. Now, even when they don't appreciate you, you can be appreciative of yourself. You can be grateful for the talents, the gift, and the abilities for what you're able to provide to others, even when they don't recognize the effort you're putting into what you're doing to help them. But you do it because you know you'll lead to something greater eventually. Think about Elon Musk. Think about the things he's been able to achieve. Whether you like him or not, he's been able to add value to the world. I'm speaking about him because I'm a fan. I'm speaking about him because of what he's been able to achieve. Focusing on what he wants to give. He had the dream of the electric cars. He had the dream of going to Mars and all that. It's those dreams that I think have driven him to where he is today. And he's one of the richest person in the world today because he's adding value. He's always thinking about how to make something better so that more people will get more freedom, more flexibility. From gas cars to electric cars. Not everyone likes electric cars, but they're nice. They have their own challenges, but it's technology that will be improving. I'm using a laptop now. Years ago, we had was big desktop and big monitors and all that. Even before that, what we had was mainframes. But what I'm saying is people who create these things are thinking ahead. They're thinking, how can I make it? I remember when the cell phones came out, from ring telephones, it evolved to cell phones. And now look at what cell phones can do with cameras, features, apps, and all that, making life easier, more fun, interesting. I can sit down here and I can speak to anyone in the world and see them live, FaceTime. And that's what I'm talking about. It's all about adding more value, thinking about how can I help someone? How can I make something better for others? Because that's the secret to becoming rich. That's the secret to making any type of money that you want to make. And that's what I'm going to share in this video. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? If you like this video, please subscribe. And I'm going to be doing more videos. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.